How's it going, everyone? DailyWizard here, coming at you with another video. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Tokyo Ghoul Season 2 Episode 2. So right off the bat I'm going to be talking animation. The animation for the most part was mediocre. It was not Fate's Day Night brilliance, but it wasn't absolute shite either. It was pretty mediocre. I mean, it didn't need to be. Studio Period did not need to blow the budget on this, since this episode was mostly just exposition with character development, just to progress the story from the first episode. Just tried to kickstart season 2. So yeah, I'm going to dive right into what actually happened in this episode. So we had the introduction to Akira, who is Kurio's daughter. So we get the introduction to her. She's going to be Amon's new partner. So I can't wait to see the dynamic between them. Because already in this episode we saw some pretty funny scenes between Amon and Akira, their relationship, them bouncing off each other, their kind of chemistry. It seems like it's going to be pretty good, and I can't wait for them to develop more on that relationship. We got to see Kaneki and Ayato's movements with Aogiri as well. We got to see them doing some black ops, some operations. I'm not sure what they're doing, so hopefully that gets explained in the third episode. I think the main thing that this episode really pushed was just giving us time with the characters, not throwing fight after fight at us, just giving us time to settle down with the characters after the first episode. After the first episode's craziness with Kaneki, Johnny and Aogiri, it just gave us time with Toka, it gave us frames with like Nishiki and just and Hinami-chan. We just get frames with everyone, we just get to see everyone, get to familiarise ourselves with them again after the break. And for the most part this episode was decent. It was just good to progress the story, to be honest, to get that character development that we so desperately needed, to see what CCG are doing, to see all these different characters, new characters, like the introduction of Akira. There was some others, but Akira was the biggest new introduction. But I think the main kind of grip, or shall I say the main point of this episode, what I think Studio Period were trying to convey, was the differences, the stark contrast between Toka's and Kaneki's life at the moment. I mean, you've got like Kaneki going on some crazy ass like operations, like you see in this picture now with Ayato. You just see him going crazy with Aogiri, whereas Toka's just settling down at the cafe, just looking after Hinami, talking to Nishiki. It just seems to be so the contrast seems to be so stark and so brutal. I mean, they're living completely different lives now, and it's almost as if Kaneki's died in a sense. I mean, the way that they've just moved on, the way that the cafe's moved on, it's crazy. But yeah, so my overall thoughts of this episode is, it wasn't the greatest episode of all time, but it wasn't the shittest episode either. It was just very mediocre. I mean, we needed this episode, so I'm not going to shit on it too much. We needed this episode for character development, to push the story along a lot more, to get exposition to what actually happened, just to, like I said, just to familiarise ourselves with the characters again after the break. So I'm going to give this episode, I'm going to say a 6.5 out of 10. That it's good. It was a bit better than mediocre, because I absolutely adore Tokyo Ghoul and everything that they do. So yeah, thanks ever so much for watching this review. Episode 3 review should be out soon, and thanks ever so much again, and peace.